Welcome, hello, happy Monday, everyone, or whatever day it might be for you as you're watching this. My name is Madeline Agnew, and I'm one of the four master teachers and healers of Tao Academy, based at the Master Sha Tao Centre in Sydney. And you may know that if you're already connected to our Facebook page, I'm sure. We've seen each other before, so a big warm welcome to you and welcome to this special live show today, Tao Healing Stories, where I have a beautiful special guest to introduce you to. And, I'm introducing you to Tricia Ferguson today because, we receive many beautiful stories and testimonials and sharings from our community and those that regularly participate in our weekly healing sessions. Some of the weekly healing sessions we offer are complimentary. So every Wednesday night at 7 and every Saturday at 4 p.m. we offer complimentary sessions that anyone can join. And then we also offer a monthly membership where we lead three specific transformational wellness and practice classes each week. So we have members that join these sessions each week to experience deeper transformation for their lives, whatever they're specifically working on for transforming. They may have a health condition that they're working on healing, be it with the physical body or emotional, mental body, or for any aspect of life. So last week, Tricia, she sent me a message and I was like, oh, it made my heart sing. she messaged me, I think last week, and she said, I had forgotten how it feels to have a spring in my step and my heart singing with joy over nothing more than being alive. I'm so grateful. And I'm grateful to Madeline, Lex, and the Master Sha community in my life. You play such a special part, and I couldn't do it without you all. I wish I could hug you physically in this moment. I'll have to do with soul hugs. So as soon as I received that message, I was just so happy for Tricia. She came to one of our complimentary healing evenings in September last year and really hasn't looked back. Her heart has been so open to these, this Tao healing technology and modalities that are available. She, to come from that open-hearted place to be open to the experience and trying something new and different. It's like been really inspiring to be a part of her journey. And I'm going to introduce you to Tricia now. You get to meet her. So here she is. Welcome, Tricia.
Hi. Nice
She's
to be here.
joining. Thank you, Tricia. She's joining us from the Gold Coast in Queensland, and I'm on the Central Coast, both coasties. So I invited Tricia on today to share really, I guess, what prompted her to first connect to one of our weekly healing classes. I know she had a friend that invited her to come and join and experience. But why, Tricia, why did you join? What were you looking for? Can you tell us a bit of your background as far as healing and your health?
Sure. I've been in the healing energy practice now for about 20, 22 years. So I started searching a bit later in my life than some people, but better late than never. And since I've gone down that road of Chinese medicine, energy healing, that sort of thing, I can't go back. It's one of those things, once you really get on that path, there is no going back. And I've got a number of modalities under my belt, which they're all good, they're all wonderful, they all do good things for you, whatever. But there was just one little thing that in just recent years that's really, really been coming to me, is that there's a deeper work there that's available that you can do. And, it's soul level work. And a friend of mine had started with the Tao Sydney Centre with Master Sha earlier last year, and we were sharing in another modality. She would talk and talk and talk and talk about it. I thought, okay, I've got so many of these things, this big list and these things on the wall. And so I kind of went, yeah, that's great. I'm glad you found what you want. Until finally she got me to come to one of the complimentaries in September, which was the Wednesday night one. And I was really honoured to be chosen as the demo for that night. And it was a beautiful experience. I have fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, and a number of other issues, and have had for more than half of my life. A couple of things have been my entire life. And even though I look really healthy always, there's a lot going on inside that doesn't show on the outside. And everything I've done has helped me. But since working with the Tao, there's been, I think I've probably chopped into something else here. There's something a lot deeper that's happened. And there is more of a connection to heart. And today, everyone's looking for the pill to make them feel good in the moment. And I know what it's like to spend 30 plus years of not feeling well, of not being able to work anywhere near your capacity, not being able to work at all. I had to give up work a long time ago. To have pain in your body all the time, to not sleep for 30 years. I can go on. And I've lost the plot again, but it doesn't matter.
It's
but
beautiful.
I keep searching. And finally, amongst other things that I do, I found this. And what I have found is if you don't give it time and work at it, it's not going to happen for you. If you want a miracle, that's great if you receive one. Some people do receive miracles. I don't receive miracles. I seem to have to work for it, which that's okay. And I started with you guys just doing 2 nights a week with the complimentaries for an hour and a half. After 2 months of that, I moved into, okay, I'll sign up for the wellness monthly. And I did that until Christmas, and then I signed up for the year. It becomes addictive because it helps to build everything in your body and mind and soul. But what I found recently, that I was doing my 2 hours a day, which is what is stated, that is really good for chronic health issues. I actually bumped it up to like 4 hours, an odd day 5, might have slipped back to a 3, but I bumped it up. And in that time, I had this big flip. And that's when that feeling that I had a spring in my step, that joy is something that's really eluded me. I can be happy, but that's not joy. And there was just this happiness of just being. And sometimes you just got to work a lot harder at it. And seriously, people say, I can't do that. That's just too much of my day. Well, how about spending 35 years of your life, half, quarter, third functioning? So 4 hours a day in your life, if you need that, is really nothing. And it's helping. And the thing is that I know if I keep this up, that in a shorter amount of time, I'm going to fix what's not functioning in my body properly so that I can live fully. And learning the techniques of Tao healing hands to add more healing to myself, and then offering it to others, which is just as important in my life, is such a blessing. Yeah, such a blessing.
Yeah, what you've expressed so many aspects of that so beautifully. And just to touch on, because you were sharing how you started to connect to our complimentary healing evenings, where we give everyone a taste and experience of Master Sha's Tao Calligraphy Healing Field. And we teach, some of the wisdom behind healing on the information, energy, and matter level, and get people connecting with these transformational calligraphies and doing meditation practices that involve like chanting and movement. How, like, so when Tricia shared, she went from a couple of times a week connecting, and then all of a sudden she was like, I'm feeling this, it's resonating. I'm going to join the monthly wellness membership. And then she made the commitment this year to really go for it. What Tricia shared about her chronic health conditions of 30 years, I feel like more common than not. Those kinds of health conditions, the degenerative health conditions, amongst others to do with pain, a lot of people carry that for a very long time and may not necessarily ever heal from that. Your determination and trust and openness to this modality of healing, and actually showing up to do the practices, as you said, is very in alignment with how Master Sha empowers us to self-heal. He's like, you have the power to heal, and I have the power to heal, and together we all have the power to heal. So it's a combination of that empowerment within ourselves that we can heal, and then marry that up with the Tao source transformative field through the calligraphy art, which is kind of like the magic pill, but you've got to particularly for the chronic conditions, you've got to keep taking the information medicine into your body. So you're a real testament of that, Tricia, of dedicating yourself to the practice for the transformation. Because I know, sorry, now I'm going on a bit. I know that first night that you joined, you were a demo for healing, and you received very unique Tao Light treasures transmitted to your body specifically for healing your conditions and the parts of your body that are affected. So what was your experience taking you back to first receiving the transmissions? Can you describe that?
Probably for me, it's not been such like a physical change that I could say that very quickly that pain levels were down or that my energy was up. But there was just this inner change. And as we know, anyone who does any of this work knows that the physical is the end result of the issue. It's the thing that happens last. And everything starts out there in the field first. And it was kind of like starting out there rather than getting the fix in the body. That is what I always work on with everything else. And then that allows me then to persist through the physical aspects of it, to keep doing it to end up healing the physical. That's how I look at this. And to just add one thing, over a month ago I had COVID, like everyone's getting. Now, in the last 34 years, if I'd got a flu, which I had probably 4 or 5 in 30 years, I would be knocked out for at least 6 weeks. And I'm, really, really flat in my back. I had 24 hours of yuck. After that, it was mainly fatigue. So in 8 days, I was out of it. Then the next 5 was getting through a bit of fatigue. And then breathe. That's never happened for me since I was 33 years old. Yeah. And that was just mind-boggling for me, because I have fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, liver issues, whatever else. Yeah.
I remember when you shared that with me, how quick your recovery time was compared to other times when you've had the flu, and totally amazing. And again, testament to you showing up, because I lead classes each week. I get to see Tricia's beautiful smiling face on these classes, and everyone who joins regularly. And I remember that week Tricia, was affected with COVID, and she was still on the class. She still came to connect to the field to receive the nourishment, and the healing and the transformation. And we all, in connection, like using this Tao healing technology, and the self-healing practices, quite a big focus is on building the body's foundation, which is connected to our immune system. It's the body's foundation, our immune system, and the heart that Tricia shared beautifully before on as well. It's like she's doing solid practices through our, wellness program and membership to build that foundation, which with Tricia's kinds of conditions that she's had for over 30 years, there's a lack of energy, in her body, in the cellular information and the spaces in her body. So that's like proof, like this is such proof of how the self-healing and the practices, and then the connection to the Tao Calligraphy field has really bolstered and strengthened Trish, both physically, but the spiritual nature and aspects of her body, the spaces in her body as well. So I was just so delighted to hear that recovery effort, and it did, as you shared, some people receive like instant transformation, but really it's to work on it. It's to continue to work on what are the blockages or the challenges within us. I know, like many years ago, I had a tooth condition where my wisdom tooth was growing sideways into my back molar, and all of a sudden it was just intense pain. And I received one Tao Light Transmission from the calligraphy field, and the pain went instantly, and actually the conditions never come back again. So that was like the instant pill fix. I was very, very happy I had that experience. And then, as like Tricia shared, the other stuff I'm working on transforming is, over time, putting in the practice. Is there anything else that you wanted to share about your experiences?
Just one other thing that's really good about everything that you do with Master Sha's meditation. I have never been able to meditate. I have the biggest monkey mind, I think, on earth. It's never allowed me. I mean, I'm okay finding a space with lots of other people with all that energy, but on my own, forget it. It just doesn't happen. I just spend my whole time out there. The way that we do it with Master Sha, with the calligraphy, the chanting, the body power, all that drawn in together, has allowed me to get out of that monkey mind for the first time. I mean, I still do it, but I've never been able to do what I have done with this in the last 7, 8 months, whatever I've been doing it. Yeah, I can find those spaces, and they're the spaces of healing. Yeah. And that's a great gift, a really great gift for me. Yeah.
Well said. Again, I feel like you're sharing on behalf of many people that have that same experience of really finding it hard to like concentrate or stop the monkey mind, which is why people, meditate, obviously, in the first place. But it's this special blend. I like to think of it as a special blend of Tao healing techniques and Tao healing technology that Master Sha has created in beautiful connection with the source, with the source's healing love and light and frequency. And what's being transmitted to those connecting is very, very, very powerful. And I just really congratulate Tricia for all her efforts and transformation so far. And I thank you, Tricia, for coming on and sharing some of your story today. And we're excited because, the creator of the Tao Calligraphy field, of these Tao healing technologies and techniques, Dr. Master Sha, is actually going to be joining us this coming Saturday, which is the 28th of May at 10 a.m. Sydney time. and offering a special 2-hour Tao Healing and Transformation session. And anyone that joins that session with Master Sha in the Sydney Centre will receive a Tao Light Transmission, something Tricia and I have touched on, which has been a big part of her healing process. It's a Tao Light treasure, and it's a powerful healing tool that comes into your physical body that you can work on as like a tool within your vibrational field to further create transformation. So everyone receives big time when they join this session with Master Sha. So we're very happy to invite you to that. Come join us on Saturday morning. And again, thank you so much, Tricia, for sharing your story and for being here today and connecting to our big community on the Master Sha Tao Centre Sydney Facebook page. Did you want to? Okay, she's. I wasn't sure whether you wanted to say anything else.
One last thing I'd love to say is that the Master Sha Tao Centre, run by you and Lex, and all the community are probably some of the most giving, warm, heartfelt people I've ever come across. You give so much to people, it's just amazing. Yeah, so everyone's very blessed for you coming into their lives, especially me.
Thank you, Tricia. It's reciprocated. Thank you so much for your love and kindness and that message. Really appreciate it. So wonderful. Thank you to those that have joined us live or are watching the replay. Tricia and I send all our love from different parts of Australia, and we look forward to sharing more and connecting with more and more of you, and practicing and meditating and uplifting our health and happiness together. It's more fun together. As Tricia shared, community is everything, and anything is possible in the Tao quantum healing field. So much love. Have a beautiful week, everyone. Bye, Trish, and bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks, everybody.